Epstein's PDF ring is getting interesting. And by interesting, I mean disturbing in a way people are clearly not ready to confront. The tentacles are far wider than most are willing to admit. I have seen Kenya mentioned in the emails being discussed, which immediately tells me this wasn't local, it was global. And before people start playing semantics, let's be clear about the scale of what we are talking about. According to global estimates, about 8 million children are reported missing every year worldwide. That's roughly 22,000 children a day. These numbers are extrapolations based on incomplete and inconsistent reporting systems, meaning the real number could be worse. And by children, I mean anyone under 18, which brings me to language. The mainstream media needs to stop calling 15-year-olds young women and men. They are not. Period. That wording sanitizes exploitation and makes people more comfortable with things they shouldn't be comfortable with. A child is a child, and precision in language is not a matter of political correctness, but of moral responsibility. What is fascinating and nauseating is how people react when names start surfacing. Instantly, it becomes about defending favorites. My guy wouldn't do that. This is witch hunting, as if proximity to power somehow grants moral immunity. This reveals something very ugly about us as a society. We have elevated human beings to godhood, dissecting their lives as aspirational myths instead of holding them to basic standards of decency. When allegations come out, true or false, the disappointment people feel isn't really about the crime. It's about shattered illusions. We are mourning the lie we wanted to believe. But the real question almost nobody is asking is this: who decides what gets revealed and what stays buried? Who chooses which names are leaked, which cases are amplified, which scandals become global spectacles, and which are quietly suffocated? Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying the public should determine guilt or innocence. That's not our business. Courts exist for a reason. What is our business is noticing patterns of selective exposure and asking why accountability seems to stop at certain quotas. There is a messaging here, and it has very little to do with protecting children and a lot to do with managing power. According to the Bible, Epstein shouldn't shock anyone, not even a little. Scripture is very clear about the nature of man. We are depraved. Not a few bad apples. I mean depraved, in caps. Capable of things far darker than whatever makes it to headlines. So, when the Epstein disclosures surface and people act shocked, I can't help but think we have been pretending about the depravity of human nature for a very long time. What's appalling isn't just what Epstein did, it's how selective our outrage is. While people squirm, rightly, from Epstein's secret trafficking ring fueled by money and power, we conveniently ignore the fact that child trafficking still happens in plain sight today, protected by culture, tradition, and religions like Islam. Arranged child marriages across parts of Africa and Asia, underage girls being married off and sexually accessed with full social approval. Let's call it what it is. PDF with paperwork. Where is the outrage? Add money to the mix and scripture nails this as well. For the love of money is the root of all evil. 1 Timothy 6:10. Not money itself, but the love of it. Power, access, silence bought, laws bent, victims erased. Suddenly, the unfathomable becomes routine. Epstein wasn't a glitch. He was a product of perverse incentives working exactly as designed. 2 Thessalonians 2:7 states that the restraining force holding back lawlessness or man's depravity is God, not laws, social norms, or progress. And the implication is terrifying. When that restraint is removed, and it will be removed, what we have seen so far will look like child's play.